On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, we're diving into Week 12, folks. Carolina Panthers, the Miami Dolphins. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on the Panthers. And, folks, leave me some comments. I sure do love the dialogue. All right, folks, I looked at last week. We played a weaker record team in the Washington football team, and we lost. Now, I guess you've got to give Ron and Washington credit. After the Tampa Bay game, they put a complete game plan together. I still feel we were the better team. Cam didn't have any turnovers once again. He threw for 2 touchdowns. He ran for 1. Defense couldn't get off the field. That touchdown before halftime they gave Washington was really heartbreaking, because if we wouldn't go into the halftime with a lead on or getting the ball first in the second half, it makes a difference. And it seems like in the second half, our defense could never get off the field at all. No turnovers, not being able to stop Washington on third down conversions from Taylor Heineke, letting the running backs just gash our defensive line. Defense really lost the game for the Panthers. It wasn't the offense. If the offense could have had the ball a few more drives or a little bit more time, maybe they could have strung something together and scored another touchdown, which could have won the game. All right, but we're playing a Miami team that's totally opposite than we are. We're 5-6, they're 4-7. That doesn't make us better. We started out 3-0, remember? So we're 2-6 in the last 8. Not a good sign. Now, I will say I like how the offense looks better under Cam when he plays under center. The defense is the one that's taking a big nosedive here. And Miami started out 1-7, and now they've won 3 in a row. So they may be turning the corner and getting better. So we got our hands full. And if you go back and look at my video, when I looked at the third quarter of the season back in the preseason, I said Miami would be the one team that would beat us. The reason why I said that, I thought Miami would be better than what they are now. Miami has dropped games to Jacksonville this year and other games that they shouldn't have probably lost. But 3 of their 7 losses have come by 3 points or less. So they've been in some games. Now, and looking at this game, I do think Cam will throw his first interception. And I'm not picking on Cam. I think he's done wonderful. I look at his passes last week at Washington. He had 5 or 6 incompletions, and all of them but maybe one pass were right there at the receiver. It was just well covered. There's a slight drop. He did have one that was a little bit of he threw ahead of his guy. But I didn't see the overthrows that used to factor in Cam Newton's passing game. And we're not throwing the ball as much. I would love to see a deep ball from Cam, but I think we got to really run CMC and Chuba Hubbard, and even Cam on some delayed runs. We've got to let them have to play Cam as a running back and respect our run game. We've got to churn the first downs out, take time off the clock. Passing, we need some intermediate passes like Cam did last week. You got to keep the defense honest by going deep once or twice, but we got to give Cam time. On the defensive side of the ball, they've got to get off the field. Whether Tua is the quarterback or whoever it is, they've got to get off the ball. Miami's picked up Philip Lindsay. He used to play for the Broncos. They cannot allow a running back to come in here and gash, just like we've been gashed a couple of times this year against teams. We've got to get off the field, maybe create a turnover or two like we did against Arizona. If we can go out and stop Miami early, get some turnovers, win the field possession, get Cam and the offense to score early, jump on them like we did in Arizona, we might be able to win. Now, this is a game if we lose, folks, you might as well say the playoffs are going to be out of the picture. Because at 5-7 with 5 games to go, the brutal schedule playing Tampa Bay twice, having to go at New Orleans after we've beaten them once, playing Atlanta again after we've beaten them once, and it's hard to sweep them in our record in past, and also playing at frigid Buffalo. It's going to be a tough task to win all those games. So we need to win this game, because it's going to be tough winning half of these last 5 games, 2 to 3 games of these last 5. It's going to be difficult. But we've got to do what we can. But we need to win this game. So my prediction for this game is I'm going to put an overtime victory in here, folks. And I'm going to say Carolina's going to win this game 27-24. You know, maybe it's not overtime. I'm just going to say Carolina's going to win by 3, 27-24. I'm putting the flag in the ground, standing by it. I've got to believe in them. I've got to hope for this playoff, because if we lose this game, it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow, because I just don't see us going 5-0 to end the season and getting in the playoffs. We need this game to kind of climb back in and hope some other teams lose. So, folks, what do you think of today's video? Do you think Carolina's got a chance against Miami's team on this Sunday? Or do you think Cam's going to throw a pick? Or do you think he's going to have another spectacular day? And how about our defense? Do you think he can live back up to early on in the season when they're doing a lot better? Leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, subscribe. It's free. Help Uncle Chucky out. We'll see you in another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.